All right, peoples, back in the building again. We doing some, let's say, preparation. We're not technically cooking on this one. We preparing something. And if you guys recognize the ingredients already, yes, indeed, we are talking about making avocado. So we're going to definitely need some of the Himalayan sea salt to go with it. Make sure you guys are not using that crappy iodized sea salt. Don't be using that stuff. We don't do those. We got lime, organic lime. Gotta have things organic in the building. Organic red onion. Gotta have the red onion in the building. And we're gonna cut that outer wall edge off. Nice color pigmentation, as we would call it. Avocado. Now notice this avocado I'm holding, it's not vibrant green on the edge. It's a bit soft. So, you know, sometimes I gamble with these things, but hopefully when I cut it open, it's a nice oily consistency and vibrant green so that the colors come out really good. All right. And then, of course, you got to make sure you got the cilantro in the building, right? So we got the cilantro ready to go in with that. We're looking good. So we need the juice of the lime or limes, depending on what the flavor comes up like. I may add a little more juice. Red onion, little color, because so we got the green, right? Green coming out of here, darker green here. And then we got the color from the red onion, and it also gives us a little bit of zing, a little bit of punch to go with it. So you want to make sure you got a decent amount of those inside the guac. Then we have the avocados themselves. And what else are we going to be using? In order for us to smash up the avocado, I'm going to be using this. I wish I had me a nice little mortar and pestle, which is like a nice little thing where most people make herbs on it, but you kind of use it. It's a bowl, like a marble-ish, like a stone bowl where you kind of mash things together on, which is what makes the mortar and pestle look really good. It'd be great for color presentation and just overall effect if I could. But instead of doing that, I am actually going to be using a giant silver bowl. So I'll be using that to do most of my mashing and mixing of the avocado. So now that we have the ingredients, we got that out of the way. We got our knife. We are good to go. We got some little miniature bowls. Like I'm going to put some cilantro in here, cut up some red onion, put it in here so that we got everything prepped to go right into the big boy bowl. All right, let's get to it. All right, we back in the booth with it. And what do we got here after doing a little bit of work? We got the lime juice popping, right? And that's ready to go. We got the avocados. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4 avocados. And cut those. And we use a spoon to scoop this out into the bowl, and then we start mashing away at it. But we score it so it makes it easier to get the actual pieces out of it, right? Cilantro on deck, ready to go. Red onion on deck, ready to go. All right, so now that we got the pieces ready, the salt in and of itself, you know, is ready already. So now it's time to get the bowl together, start scooping and mashing it up. All right, peoples, we in the building. I know y'all can see me in the silver bowl, right? Extra reflective up in here. So let's get popping. We're gonna start taking our spoon and we're gonna start scooping out the avocado into the bowl. The only thing you guys wanna be careful about when you're doing this is keep an eye out on this little area right here in the corner of the avocado. There's like the, what do you want to call it? The edge to the root kind of sticks out of this little spot right here. You want to make sure you're not tossing that in with it. And you want to make sure like this is really slick and oily the way I want it. Sometimes if you get them at the wrong time, or sometimes you just get tricked, you cut open the avocado and the meat's in there, but it's not very oily. So it's not ripe like you want it to be. So basically right now, we are good. Oily consistency, so we know we got the healthy fat up in there. Scrape all that goodness out. Next, Again, we check for that edge, which is pretty much right there. Keep an eye out. Make sure that doesn't go in with anything. Also, sometimes there's pieces of seed that'll be there too. It's not bad, but you just don't want anything crunchy in there. Not from the seed anyway. Scoop all that in there. And now what we're going to start doing is I got something here that I usually use for juicing. I'm going to start mashing this up. And as I mash it up, I want the lime juice in there with it. The lime juice is technically the taste. So put a little bit of that in there. Place this over to the side. Start mashing this avocado up. I like to have a pretty vibrant green color, which is why I'm really keen on making sure I get a really good avocado. Now this smash up job is meant to be a little chunky. It's not meant to be smooth, which is why I'm smashing it instead of blending it. Although if you want to cheat, you can pulse it in a food processor. Pretty good smash here. A little more lime juice. And let's start sprinkling in some of the cilantro. Pressing things in is really good to do. Really like pressing things in. A little bit more. I want to be able to see it. Looking pretty good. Good smash job going on there. Now we get some red onion action going. Get that color. And start folding that in. Red onions, make it nice and chunky. Of course, put as many red onions in there as you desire. Me, I want to make sure it's really chunky. So I am an onion fan. If you guys are not onion fans, then you can leave without the onions. You'd be done. Just make sure you salt it to taste and choose whatever you're going to choose to dip with or eat it straight up. And go from there. And then top it off. We get that Himalayan sea salt popping. And this is to taste. It is sea salt, so definitely stronger than your average sea salt. Shake some of that in there. Spin that around. All right, guys, there you have it. You have your fresh guacamole sitting right there. Grab your friends or your significant other and make sure that you guys definitely enjoy it, because I will. All right, so now as a bit of a bonus, we're going to mix ourselves up a bit of a green smoothie here. So we got our sweet and our cleanser. We got our stabilizer and our minerals. We got the greens, magnesium and whatnot. And we got our thickener, which would be the bananas. And if you guys have sea moss, you can use sea moss as your thickener. But I like to go with the mango, the banana, and the greens because, you know, I like color. So now you can add coconut water, regular water, or some type of 100% juice if you prefer things to be a little bit sweeter. But if you're going for health, you should make sure when you blend these, you blend it with water or with coconut water. So that'll help you out. Also, if you're going for health, you may want to back off a little on the mangoes. Use sea moss, definitely not the bananas, and keep the greens and even mix some other greens in there too. You know, some people prefer a little bit of sweetness, but if you have something like diabetes, you may want to try and avoid the sweets altogether just for the sake of your healing protocol. And then once you've gotten your numbers back to normal and everything's good, you're doing your exercise and everything, then you can go back to doing a regular base smoothie. And water is always best with these because when you concentrate a thing, you need more water to kind of bring it back into equilibrium. So after you drink this or chug it, you wait about a half an hour. Make sure you guys follow up with a little bit of water with smoothies, okay? All right, let's get popping. All right, there you have it. At the bottom, we have bananas, and then we have mango just above that. We got some dandelion greens just above that, and we got more bananas up top. So the smoothie has been laid out. So we're gonna add our liquid, and then we're gonna blend up. And don't forget, you guys choose the liquid based on what it is you got going on, or based on your individual taste buds. But hopefully you're not superseding your taste over your health. All right.